My fiancée smiled at the Christmas brunch. My ex proposed yesterday. I said yes. I nodded once. All right. I slipped the red envelope under the tree, addressed to the person who signs his bonuses. But she wasn't expecting who was waiting. I'm 32, been engaged for 8 months, and I just learned that some people collect backup plans like they're collecting ornaments. We met 2 years ago at a mutual friend's wedding. She was funny, smart, had this energy that made every room feel lighter. We moved in together after a year. I proposed last April on a beach weekend. She cried, said yes, posted it everywhere, started planning immediately. Venue booked for next June. Deposits paid. Invitations designed. Everything was moving forward. Her ex was someone she'd dated for 3 years in her 20s. They broke up 5 years ago. Badly, from what she'd told me. He'd cheated. She'd left. They hadn't spoken since. Or so I thought. 3 months ago, he moved back to our city. She mentioned it casually one night while we were watching TV. Hey, so my ex is back in town. He reached out, wants to apologize for how things ended. I looked over at her. Okay. You gonna meet him? I think so. Just coffee. Get some closure, you know? Sure. Want me to come? She laughed. Why would you come? It's just closure. Ancient history. I shrugged. Told myself I trusted her. Told myself I was being secure and mature. She met him that Saturday. Came home 3 hours later looking thoughtful. How'd it go? Good. He apologized. Said he's been in therapy. Working on himself. He seems different. That's good. Closure is important. Yeah. It felt good to hear him take responsibility. I thought that was the end of it. It wasn't. The coffee meetings became regular. Once a week, then twice a week. She'd tell me about them casually, like she was telling me about grocery shopping. He was struggling with his career. He was lonely in the city. He valued her advice. She was just being a friend. Doesn't he have other friends? He's new here. Well, new again. I'm just helping him adjust. Right. I started noticing little things. She'd check her phone more during dinner. She'd smile at texts in ways she didn't smile at mine anymore. She started dressing nicer on the days she was meeting him. Not obvious, just nicer. You look great. Thanks. Just felt like making an effort today. For coffee with your ex? For myself. Don't start. I didn't start. I just watched. Watched her pull away slowly. Watched her laugh less at my jokes. Watched her stay up late texting someone. Watched her create distance between us that hadn't been there before. 2 weeks ago, she told me he'd gotten a promotion at work. Big finance job. VP level. Making serious money now. Good for him. Yeah, he's really turned things around. Glad to hear it. She looked at me like she wanted to say something else. Didn't. Just went back to her phone. Last week, my company's Christmas party happened. She didn't come. Said she wasn't feeling well. I went alone. Came home around 11. She was already in bed, phone face down on the nightstand. We barely talked. 3 days ago, we went to her parents' house for their annual Christmas brunch. Big family thing. Her parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, everyone. I'd been to these before. Usually they were loud, chaotic, fun. This year felt different. We were sitting at the long dining table. Her mother had made her famous cinnamon rolls. Everyone was talking over each other. Normal family noise. I was reaching for the coffee when she turned to me, smiled, and said it. My ex proposed yesterday. I said yes. The table went quiet. Not completely. Just our section. Her mother heard. Her sister heard. They stared. I put the coffee pot down carefully, looked at her. Her smile was strange, proud almost, like she was announcing good news. You said yes. I did. To marrying him. Yes. While you're engaged to me. I know it sounds complicated. I nodded once. All right. Her mother spoke up. Sweetheart, what are you talking about? My fiancé looked at her mother, then at me. I've been thinking about this for weeks. He's changed. He's stable now, successful. He can give me the life I want. And I can't? You're comfortable. You're safe. But he's more. Her sister's jaw actually dropped. Are you serious right now? My fiancé's face was calm, too calm, like she'd rehearsed this. I'm being honest. I care about both of you, but I have to choose what's best for my future. I stood up. Excuse me, I need some air. I walked out to the backyard. Her father followed me out 2 minutes later. Son, I don't know what's happening, but that's not right. No, it's not. What are you going to do? I'm going to handle it. How? I looked at him. I work in corporate consulting. I know people, including people at his company. His eyes widened slightly. You know where he works? She mentioned it 2 weeks ago. VP at a finance firm downtown. Specific firm. She was very proud when she told me. What are you thinking? I'm thinking his company has a very strict ethics policy. I'm thinking workplace relationships have to be disclosed. I'm thinking proposing to someone while she's engaged to someone else might be considered a moral character issue, especially if you're a VP. Her father was quiet for a moment. You're going to report him? I'm going to inform the right people. What they do with it is up to them. That's harsh. So is proposing to my fiancée at a Christmas brunch. He nodded slowly. Fair enough. Do what you need to do. I went back inside, grabbed my coat. My fiancé was still at the table, looking confused that I'd left. Where are you going? Home. You stay. Enjoy brunch with your family. We'll talk later. Don't be dramatic. I'm not being dramatic. I'm being done. I drove home, went straight to my office, opened my laptop. I'd met the CEO of her ex's company at a conference 2 years ago. We'd exchanged business cards, stayed in touch occasionally, professional network stuff. I drafted an email, professional, polite, concerned citizen who thought they should know about a VP's conduct, attached screenshots of my fiancé's social media where she'd posted our engagement photos, attached a timeline of when her ex had started reconnecting with her, attached nothing that could be considered slander, just facts and dates and public information. I didn't mention the proposal directly, didn't need to. Just raised questions about whether someone in a senior leadership position should be pursuing a committed relationship with an engaged woman. Framed it as a concern about judgment and ethics, printed the email, put it in a red envelope, didn't seal it. Wanted them to see what was inside before opening fully. My fiancé came home 4 hours later. I was sitting in the living room. Our Christmas tree was in the corner, lights blinking. Presents underneath that suddenly felt meaningless. We need to talk. I gestured to the couch. Go ahead. She sat down. I know that was a lot to process. It was. But I need you to understand. I still care about you. You've been wonderful. But he's offering me something different. What's he offering? Security, success, a real future. And I'm not offering that. You're offering a comfortable life. He's offering an exceptional one. Right. The VP money. It's not about money. It's exactly about money. It's about stability. About knowing I'll be taken care of. You're already taken care of. We have a good life. Good isn't great. I stood up. Here's what's going to happen. I'm keeping the apartment. Your name isn't on the lease. You have 2 weeks to move out. You can't kick me out. I can, and I am. Take your things. Go live your exceptional life. This is vindictive. This is self-respect. You're not going to have both of us on the line while you decide which option is better. You made your choice. Live with it. She stood up, angry now. You're being cruel. I'm being done. There's a difference. She grabbed her purse. Fine. I'll stay with my sister tonight. But we're not finished talking about this. Yeah, we are. She left. Slammed the door. I sat back down, looked at the Christmas tree, at the red envelope I'd placed under it earlier. addressed it in neat handwriting to the CEO, care of his office address. I'd mail it Monday morning. But first, I wanted it under that tree, a reminder to myself that sometimes the best revenge isn't dramatic, it's informative. Update 1. She came back Sunday morning, let herself in with her key. I was making coffee when she walked in. We need to talk about this like adults. I thought we did that yesterday. No, you made unilateral decisions yesterday. I need you to understand my perspective. Your perspective is, you want to marry your ex while still engaged to me. I understand perfectly. She sat at the kitchen table. I stayed standing. I'm not trying to hurt you. And yet, I'm trying to be honest, to not lead you on. You're engaged to me. You've been planning a wedding with me. You're already leading me on. I didn't mean for it to happen like this. How did you mean for it to happen? She hesitated. I thought I'd figure it out, before having to choose. You mean you thought you'd keep both options open until you decided which one benefited you more? That's not fair. It's accurate. She looked at the Christmas tree, saw the red envelope. What's that? Christmas card. To who? Someone who needs to know something. She squinted at the address. Her face changed. Is that his company? Might be. What did you do? Nothing yet. Just prepared some information for people who might find it relevant. You're going to tell his company about us? I'm going to inform them that their VP might have judgment issues. What they do with that information is up to them. She stood up fast. You can't do that. You'll ruin his career. He tried to ruin my engagement. Seems fair. This is insane. You're being vindictive and petty. I'm being informative. Big difference. If you send that, I'll never forgive you. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm asking you to leave. She stared at me. You've changed. No, I just stopped accepting disrespect quietly. She grabbed the red envelope. I didn't stop her. She opened it, read the first few lines. Her face went white. You can't send this. Already planning to. Tomorrow morning. Please. I'm asking you not to. I'm asking you to move out. Looks like we're both asking for things we won't get. She put the envelope back under the tree. Carefully. Like it might explode. If you do this, you'll regret it. I already regret the last 8 months. Can't get much worse. She left. This time she took her key off her keychain and left it on the counter. Progress. Update 2. Monday morning, I mailed the envelope. Certified mail. Signature required. The woman at the post office asked if it was important. Very. Someone's getting a serious Christmas card. Something like that. I went to work, tried to focus, couldn't really, kept checking my phone. No messages from my fiancée, ex-fiancée, I guess. That was going to take getting used to. Around 3 p.m., I got a call from her sister. We'd always gotten along well. Hey, can we talk? Sure. Not on the phone. Can you meet me for coffee after work? Yeah, the place on 5th? Perfect, 6, okay? I'll be there. I showed up at 5:50. She was already there, looking stressed. Thanks for coming. Of course, what's going on? My sister told me what happened. All of it. All of it? About her saying yes to both of you. About you mailing something to his work. She's freaking out. Good. I'm not here to defend her. What she did was wrong. But I need you to understand something. Okay. She took a breath. He's been manipulating her. I've watched it happen. He came back into her life and started selling her this fantasy, expensive dinners, talking about the life they could have had, making her doubt what she has with you. She's an adult. She made choices. I know. But he's been in her ear for months, telling her you're not ambitious enough, that she deserves more, that he can give her things you can't. And she believed him. She got confused, blinded by the idea of a different life. That doesn't change what she did. No, it doesn't. But I'm asking you to think about what you're doing. If you destroy his career, you might destroy her too. She destroyed our engagement at a Christmas brunch in front of her family. She nodded. Fair point. I'm not trying to hurt her. I'm trying to make sure he faces consequences for his actions. What actions? Besides being sleazy? He pursued a woman he knew was engaged. He proposed to her knowing she was planning a wedding with someone else. He's a VP at a finance company. Those companies care about character, about judgment, about ethical behavior. He showed none of those things. She was quiet. You really sent it? This morning. What do you think will happen? I think they'll investigate. I think they'll find out he's been involved with an engaged woman. I think they'll question his judgment. Maybe nothing happens. Maybe something does. Either way, it's out of my hands now. She's going to hate you for this. She already chose someone else over me. Don't think it can get much worse. Her sister sighed. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. You didn't deserve this. No, I didn't. We talked for another hour. She told me her parents were furious with my ex-fiancé, that the family was divided. Some thought she was brave for following her heart. Most thought she was reckless and cruel. Her mother hadn't spoken to her since the brunch. I drove home feeling hollow. The apartment was quiet. Her things were still there, closet half full, bathroom products on the counter, reminders everywhere of a life we'd been building together. I started packing her stuff, boxes from the storage unit, clothes, shoes, toiletries, books, everything that was hers. Took me 3 hours, 10 boxes total, stacked them by the door, texted her, "Your things are packed. Pick them up this week or I'm donating them." She didn't respond. Update 3. Wednesday morning, I got a call from an unknown number. Almost didn't answer. Hello? Hi, I'm calling from the Ethics Compliance Department at a finance company downtown. Am I speaking with the person who sent a letter to our CEO on Monday? My heart jumped. Yes, that's me. We've received your letter. We'd like to ask you some questions if you have time. Now? If possible, or we can schedule something. Now is fine. They asked me to verify everything I'd written, dates, timeline, how I knew the information was accurate, whether I had proof of the engagement, social media posts, wedding deposits, venue contracts. I have all of it. Can you send those to us? Absolutely. And you're certain about the timeline? That he was actively pursuing her while she was engaged? Positive. She told me herself, at her family's Christmas brunch, in front of multiple witnesses. There was a pause. That's quite bold. That's one word for it. We take these matters seriously. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. What happens now? We investigate. We interview relevant parties. We make a determination about whether conduct violations occurred. How long does that take? Depends on the complexity. Could be days, could be weeks. Understood. Thank you. They hung up. I sat there staring at my phone. It was real. They were actually investigating. Part of me felt satisfied. Part of me felt sick. My phone buzzed. Text from my ex-fiancé. Did you really call his job? I texted back. I sent a letter. They called me. You're destroying his life. He tried to destroy mine. Seems fair. I'll never forgive you for this. You already chose him over me. Your forgiveness isn't something I need. She didn't respond. That night, her ex called me. I was surprised he had my number. Shouldn't have been. She probably gave it to him. We need to talk. No, we don't. You sent a letter to my company about me. I sent a letter about ethical concerns. Whether it's about you specifically is between you and your conscience. You're trying to ruin my career. I'm trying to make sure people know who they're promoting into leadership. Big difference. This is because of her. This is because you pursued someone else's fiancé and proposed to her while she was planning a wedding. That's not love. That's ego. You don't know anything about us. I know enough. I know she was happy until you showed up. I know you sold her fantasies about a life you probably can't even deliver. I know you're exactly the kind of person who makes impulsive decisions that hurt people, which is exactly why your company should know about it. If I lose my job over this, then you'll have consequences for your actions. Welcome to adulthood. I hung up. He called back 3 times. I didn't answer. Update 4 Friday. My ex-fiancée showed up at my apartment. She looked tired, eyes red like she'd been crying. Can I come in? I stepped aside. She walked in, saw the boxes stacked by the door. You packed everything. You need to take them. She sat on the couch. I stayed standing. He got suspended. Who? Don't play dumb. You know who. They suspended him pending investigation. Put him on leave. He might lose everything. That's not my fault. Yes, it is. You sent that letter. I reported concerns. What they do with it is their choice. You ruined him. He ruined himself. I just made sure the right people knew about it. She looked at me with something like hatred. I thought you were better than this. I thought you were better than saying yes to 2 proposals. Guess we were both wrong. I made a mistake. Which part? Saying yes to him? Or telling me about it at a family brunch? She didn't answer. Here's the thing. You wanted to keep both of us as options. You wanted me as the safe choice and him as the exciting choice. You wanted to see which one worked out better before committing. That's not love. That's shopping. That's not true. It's exactly true. And now one of your options is suspended from work and the other one is done with you entirely. So you get neither. Congratulations. I still love you. No, you don't. You love the idea of having backup plans. You love the security I represented. But you don't love me. If you did, you wouldn't have been able to say yes to someone else. She started crying. I don't know what to do. Move out. Take your boxes. Figure out your life. That's what you do. Can we try again? After things calm down? No. Please. I made a mistake. I see that now. You made a choice, a deliberate choice, and now you're dealing with consequences. That's not a mistake. That's cause and effect. She stood up. You're going to regret this. Maybe, but at least I'll regret it while respecting myself. She grabbed 2 of the boxes, left without another word. Came back an hour later for the rest. Didn't say anything, just loaded her car and drove away. I changed the locks that afternoon. New keys, new codes on the door, new everything. Final update. It's been 6 weeks. The investigation concluded. He was placed under investigation and put on leave. Turns out the ethics violation wasn't even the biggest issue. During the investigation, they discovered he'd been inflating his expense reports and billing personal purchases as client entertainment. My letter just started the process that uncovered everything else. My ex-fiancée's family reached out last week. Her mother called. I want you to know we don't blame you for what happened. I appreciate that. She made her choices. She has to live with them. How is she? Not great. He blamed her for his job loss. They broke up. She's staying with her sister. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you? I'm sorry she's hurting. I'm not sorry about the consequences. That's fair. For what it's worth, we always liked you. Thought you were good for her. I thought so too. She paused. Would you ever consider talking to her? Not about getting back together? Just closure? No. I got my closure when she told me she said yes to someone else. I don't need more. I understand. Take care of yourself. You too. I canceled the wedding venue, lost the deposit, canceled the photographer, the caterer, the DJ. Some gave partial refunds, most didn't. Cost me about $5,000 total. Worth it. I kept the ring. Not sure what to do with it yet. Maybe I'll sell it. Maybe I'll keep it as a reminder. Haven't decided. My apartment feels bigger now without her things in it. Emptier, but cleaner. Like I can finally breathe without worrying about someone else's agenda. I'm not dating. Not ready. Maybe not for a while. But I'm okay with that. Better to be alone than to be someone's backup plan. The red envelope changed everything. Not just for him, for me. It was the moment I decided I was worth more than being someone's safe option while they explored better alternatives. She thought she could have it both ways. Thought I'd wait while she figured out which life she wanted more. Thought announcing it at Christmas brunch would somehow make it acceptable because it was honest. But she wasn't expecting who was waiting. Not a person. A consequence. The kind that comes from thinking you can betray someone without any of it catching up to you.